Good morning, everybody. We are back. We are still echoing because it's crazy hollow in here. But we are going to be looking at the skills and stats of the 4 banner units, Arrival of the Brave, that just got announced last night. So, if you don't want to know what that is, now is your chance to click off of this video. The banner's already live. Everything's already out. I'm not really sure if that still constitutes as spoilers, to be perfectly honest, but I'm spoiler sensitive, so we're giving a shot. We're giving a chance, and if you don't want to see it, click away. Because in 3, 2, 1, we're going to have spoilers. So, let's see what we got here. So we're going to first look at Veronica. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name of her staff. But it is an attack strength of 14. Let me pop it over here so I can see it a little better. It is an attack skill of 14. It does have range. Foe cannot counterattack. After combat, if unit attacked, inflicts attack speed, defense, res -4. So like the opposite of an axe Zora. Dance on target and foes within 2 spaces of target through their next actions, and grants attack speed, defense, res +4 to units and allies within 2 spaces for 1 turn. So really strong unit. She gets the debuff and the buff of units within 2 spaces every time she attacks, which is, yeah, honestly, that's kind of insane. Like, Veronica's pretty darn good. She comes with Recover Plus, Windfire Balm Plus, which when healing an ally with a staff grants attack speeds +6 to all allies for 1 turn. Wrathful Staff, she comes with Wrathful Staff, which calculates damage from staff like other weapons, and she also has Close Guard, so allies within 2 spaces gain if a foe uses a sword, lance, axe, or dragonstone, grants defense res +4 during combat. So she is like the ultimate aider in stat buffing right now, I think, which is not something that maybe we've seen anything like this. I'm pretty sure she's kind of in a class of her own right now. So Veronica's not a bad choice, to be honest. We've also got the stats here on the screen, as you can see. At level 40, her neutral stats top out at 36 HP, 32 attack, 36 speed, defense of 21, and res of 19. So, relatively speaking, pretty well balanced, very fast. Her weapon is, of course, going to bump her attack at neutral up to 46, which is pretty darn high for a staff user, honestly. So, I mean, there's a lot that you could do with Veronica. Veronica's got a lot of good stats. Very interesting skills, very support-heavy skills, which is typically what you want your staffer to be. But, I mean, the buff potential that she has for your team is kind of insane. So, keep her in mind, maybe, when you're thinking about picking your free Brave unit. Because that is a thing, and that will be happening for the next 3 weeks, I think, 23 days, 24 days, something like that. Let's move on to Ephraim. Ephraim over here with Garm, mount of 16. In case you're wondering, he's got an axe now, I believe that's correct. Grants attack +3. If a bonus granted by a skill like Rally or Hone, and or extra movement granted by a skill like Armor March or Armor Boots is active, unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. Well, so we get the attack boost, and we get kind of the quicker pose kind of situation, which is interesting, because, you know, we have the Armored Boots seal, so we can just kind of pop that on there. He gets it no matter what, even if he's not on an Armor Emblem team. Or if you want to use, you know, the Hone or Rally skills, you get the boost as well. So that's kind of interesting. And HP is not a factor in that, obviously, with things like quick repose. To get the guaranteed follow-up attack, your HP has to be in a certain range. That doesn't really matter in this regard, which is interesting. Which is very interesting. And Armor March will continue no matter what. Armor Boots, of course, you know, you gotta have no damage on you. But that's interesting. That's very interesting. It's cool. It's really cool. I feel like you could build around Ephraim and Garm, interestingly. Draconic Aura, that's what his special is. Close Defense 3 is his A slot. If a foe initiates combat and uses a sword, lance, axe, or dragonstone, grants defense rest +6 during combat. We got Special Fighter, which is, I think, new. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 50%, grants special cooldown charge +1 to attack and inflicts special cooldown charge -1 on foe per attack. Only the highest value is applied, and it does not stack. But that's still really, really interesting. The special cooldown bump is obviously something that you always kind of want. So we're getting another fighter skill. I don't think Special Fighter is already a skill. That doesn't sound familiar. I don't pay much attention to armor units most of the time, so my instant recall on skills unique to armor units is lacking. But that is definitely curious. That is definitely curious. I'm digging the Special Fighter. It's really cool. And of course we've got Armor March as well. That's the C slot skill. So basically when you're next to other armor units, you get an extra movement space, which is not impacted by any kind of terrain or anything like that either. You just walk through trees, because that's how it goes. But we've also got the stats up on the screen here for you. HP of 46, attack of 38, speed of 27, defense of 37, and res of 26. Now, if you were gonna go with a free unit who was null of Banes and Boons, this might be the way to go. This might be the way to go, because that is something to look out for. Some people might say, well, your speed doesn't really matter. And to an extent, it doesn't. But if you dip into the Bane area in 27, you're likely going to get doubled pretty easy. So it's interesting. It's interesting. I'll be saying that a lot because these are really unique units, and I'm genuinely torn. I'm honestly still pretty torn about which one I want to use. But that's Ephraim. He's looking good. I really love his character art. It makes it difficult. Some character art I wasn't expecting was like old school Silica, and I'm digging it. I really do like it. So let's talk about Silica next. She comes with a Royal Sword, which has an attack strength of 16. She grants speed +3. If unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants a unit special cooldown charge +1 per attack. Only highest applied, doesn't stack. So there, you've got the cooldown effect built into that, which is pretty bonkers. And attack strength of 16 is really nice. Gale Force comes with Gale Force. I think we saw that demonstrated in the Fae Direct last night, or Fae channel last night. She's got Death Blow 4 for her A slot skill, which if unit initiates combat grants attack +8. Whoa. Not even sure how it works. Double Lion is her B slot. If unit's HP equals 100% at the start of combat and unit initiates combat, unit attacks twice but deals 1 damage to unit after combat. Does not stack. So, interesting. I think we've had skills kind of similar to this before where it did more damage, but I don't know that we had like the instant attack or the follow-up, which is curious. But Double Lion is definitely an interesting B slot skill. As long as your health is at 100, you get to attack twice instantly. And then we've got Attack Tactic 3 for the C slot. At start of turn, grants attack +6 to allies within 2 spaces for 1 turn. Granted, only if the number of that ally's movement type is the same as less than or greater than 2. So, Attack Tactic, we're all pretty familiar with that, I think, for the most part. Death Blow 4 was the really interesting thing that she came with. It's +8. It's a whole new Death Blow. We don't know how it got there. Her level 40 neutral stats are HP of 38, attack of 33, speed of 39, very, very speedy. Defense of 29, res of 24. So this is another unit where I think if you went neutral, you'd genuinely be pretty okay. With her weapon, she's going to be up to 49, I think. Quick math, 33, 16, 30, 49, yeah. So, you know, with the Death Blow 4, your attack is going to get a +8 boost, which is kind of insane. So, you know, you'd be looking at 57 at that point. And of course, you know, you get the plus speed with the Royal Sword, so bump 3 onto that, and you're at 42. I think neutral silica, which a lot of people will likely be going after, is not a bad way to go. You can definitely build around her. She comes with some interesting skill sets, so you know you could definitely be doing worse. You could definitely be doing worse, for what it's worth, than a neutral silica. But we have one more to go through, and that unit's name is Hector. Let me fill you in on Hector. Maltet is the skill that he has. 16 attack strength. Accelerate special trigger, cooldown, count -1. If unit's HP is greater than or equal to 50%, and foe initiates combat, unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. So we've got that follow-up attack built into the weapon. We've got Ignis, which boosts damage dealt by 80% of unit's defense, which, of course, we were all going to know. He's an armored unit. It's Hector. He's going to have, like, bonkers defenses, naturally. He comes with Ostian Counter, which I think is his new skill. Unit can counterattack regardless of foe's range. If a foe initiates combat, grants attack defense +4 during combat. So he has like a better distant counter built in, which is insane. It's insane. Bold Fighter. He comes with Bold Fighter 3 for his B-slot skill. If unit initiates combat, grants special cooldown, charge +1 per unit per attack. And if unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. So he is just constantly making follow-up attacks. He has a better distant counter that increases his attack and defense. What could get better? He's got even res wave. So one of his lower stats there, as you can see on the screen, we're gonna get a buff to the res as well. Start of even number turns grants res +16 and adjacent allies for 1 turn. So if you want my pick for the best unit, it's going to be Hector on skills alone. HP of 48, attack of 37, speed of 22, defense of 39, and res of 28 for level 40 neutral. You could do a lot worse. You could do a lot worse. I think this more or less confirms that I'll be doing Hector for my free summon. There's no denying that. The skills he has are just way too insane, and he's like a perfect out-the-box unit. It doesn't get a whole lot better than this, and his art looks really good. I probably won't demonstrate too much of it in the thumbnail, but if you've seen or have gotten any of these already, you know that the art on Hector is like top tier. So those are the units, those are the skills, those are the stats. I don't think anybody's minds needed to be changed on whether or not they were good or they would be strong. So here they are. Did any of this change your mind? Let me know in the comments. Do you know who you're going to go for? Have you already picked someone? Because the banner has been live for like 5-6 hours now at this point. And of course, huge shout out to the data miners over at Game Press. I couldn't do this without you, so thank you. Or I'd have to wail and then make the video, and then it's pointless. The benefit of the data mining is, for me, I get to see, we get to see the stats, and then we get to decide, well, based on what knowledge we have, which would be the best option to kind of go with. And so that is priceless knowledge. So thank you to all the data miners over at Game Press. That's it. We will be doing a giveaway for some banner summons, probably some gift cards, probably another Gleam. I kind of want to give a chance at more than just one person this time. So we'll see. I'm figuring all that out, but fingers crossed I'll have that straightened away by the weekend. And more than likely we'll be doing a banner summon for this banner on the channel, and that's where we'll introduce it. I kind of want to get it up soon though, so that everybody has a chance to get in there. Probably like a 2-week period, maybe. We'll see. But that's it for now. Let me know in the comments what you think about these units, what you think about the stats, who did you choose, who are you gonna choose. Are we gonna be sad, pitiful, and orbless at the end of this? We are. We all are. Make no mistake. We are. But thank you guys for watching. I gotta get to work. I will catch you next time.